Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a book haul. So there was this amazing thing happening here last week in Chennai. Hi, it's the editing me. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I filmed this in the month of September and I totally just forgot about this video altogether. And I was just, like going through my laptop and I saw this video and I was like, oh my god, I totally forgot about this. So that is why I'm uploading this now. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clear. So yeah, back to the video. Actually, what happened is one fine day, my mom, she sent me a text saying there is this book by weight event happening, here in Chennai, where I think 1 kilo of books, it costs, I think 100 rupees and 2 kilo is like 200 bucks. So something like that. And I was very interested in it. So I started pestering my husband to take me there. And finally, he took me there on, I think last Sunday, I guess, I'm not sure. So it happened for 4 days. I think it happened from the 16th to the 19th of September. I went on the first day. It was actually happening in a very small place. It wasn't that big, but oh my god, I got a lot of amazing books. This time, most of the books I got are actually chick lit. I love chick lit books. Chick lit is basically just, books about women, but, this modern day women based stories. It's kind of that. So I just love chick lit a lot. Like Sophie Kinsella's books, or most of her books are chick lit. I don't know, I just got a lot of amazing books. I even got one of Sophie Kinsella's books, so yay. I actually thought of vlogging the whole thing, like this whole experience, but I don't know how to vlog. I have never vlogged in my life. Like, I know I have to do it someday. I mean, I want to do it, like I really want to vlog something. I don't know, I'm very excited for, this vlog thing totally. But I don't know why I didn't do it. I actually thought of doing it, but I just chickened out. But that's okay, because if I did that, you wouldn't be having this book haul right now. I don't know anything about any of these books as usual, but let's get to know them together. So the first book I'm going to talk to you guys about is obviously Sophie Kinsella's book. This is The Wedding Girl by Sophie Kinsella. Her actual name is actually Madeleine Wickham. Sophie Kinsella is her pen name. So she writes some of the books under her pen name and some of the books like under her actual name. They are actually kind of different, I guess, but I don't know, whatever. But I love her writing. Like, she could write under any name and I would still love it. I just know I would love it because her writing, it just has something in it. So this book actually, it sounds, I don't know, very good, just like something that Sophie Kinsella would write. So from what I was given here, this book is about a girl named Millie who is 18 years old, and she is like a very free-spirited kind of person. So one day her friend Simon, no, not Simon, someone else. So one day one of her friends, he just asks her to marry him so that he could stay in England, and she just goes on with it. They get married. So after 10 years, like, she is kind of a totally different person and her life is totally changed and everything, and she again gets engaged to the love of her life, and nobody actually knows about this first marriage. Like, no one knows, or at least that's what she thinks, because only with 4 days to go, to her actual wedding, something happens and the past catches up to her. So what is this thing, like, what is it that's catching up, and what happens, what about the first marriage, and what about this actual life? So what is all this, how does it all, like, end together? How does it all not together is what the story is all about. It sounds very interesting. I have no idea when I'm going to read it though, but yes, I am very excited to read it. So the next book I'm going to talk about today is Bridesmaids. I cannot say that word. So the next book I'm going to talk about today is Bridesmaids, yes, by Jane Costello. It's Costello. I don't know. You Americans with you and your L's. I don't know if it's Costello or Costello. So it's by Jane. So again, I don't know anything about this book really, but this reminded me of the movie Bridesmaids. I don't know if it's the same. Actually, that Bridesmaids also is, that story is also based off a book, I guess. I'm not sure. So if, I don't know if this is the book, but I don't know. I'm excited. It kind of, I don't know, I just love the cover and I just have a good, like, funny, amazing vibe. I just get this amazing vibe from this book. So I'm really interested. I'm really kind of excited to read this. So this book is about this girl named Evie. She's 27 and she's the one, like walking down the aisle and with her 4 or 3 bridesmaids, and there's a lot of shenanigans happening there. So what is that and why is all this happening, and what about her wedding? Like, is it actually happening or what is what this book is all about? So yeah. So the next book I'm going to talk about is After You by Jojo Moyes. This is a sequel to Me Before You. I read Me Before You last year and I totally loved it. I listened to the audiobook actually and followed, along with the actual physical book, and I totally regretted not reading it, actually, like, not actually picking up the book and reading it. But I am going to physically read this book because I'm going to get all the feels that I didn't get from that book. So this book is what happens after, the first book. So if you don't know about the first book, Me Before You is about this girl named Louisa Clark. So she starts working as a helper to this guy named Will, who was actually a very free-spirited, carefree kind of person, not careless, carefree kind of person. And, he met with an accident, and after that, he is like totally paralyzed and he always has to be in a wheelchair. So except his face, everything else is paralyzed. So he needs a helper to always watch over him and to help him. So that is where our heroine comes in. So after they meet, a lot of things happen. She kind of like totally changes him, and he, after this accident, he just becomes a totally different kind of person from what he actually was. And when he meets Louisa Clark, he gets a lot of, this old feelings. He gets all this back and he again starts feeling good about himself. And Louisa, she is like a ball of sunshine. She's just like very an amazing kind of person. Once you start reading this book, like the Me Before You, you cannot just, you cannot help yourself, cannot stop but fall in love with her. She is like an amazing character ever written. By the end of the book, Will dies. If you have not read this book, I'm really sorry for that spoiler, but I'm sorry. But in order to tell you guys about this book, I obviously have to tell you guys about that book. So what happens after that is what this book is all about. I don't know anything else about this book, and I don't want to know anything else because that will definitely ruin the whole, the setup for me. So yeah, I'm really kind of excited to read this book, and I know I have to be ready because that book was a wrecking ball even when I was listening to it as an audiobook. But if I'm going to read this physically, actually read it, I know this will destroy me and I'm ready for it. Next book I'm going to talk to you guys about is The Wives of Bath by Wendy Holden. This again is a chicklet. I mean, from the looks of it, this is a chicklet. I don't know anything about this book. I have not even heard of this author before. She is a new author to me. It says the mother of all romantic comedies here, and you all know how much I love rom-coms. So yeah, there's that. And the best thing about this book, why I actually got this book, is because of this one line here. I don't know if you can actually read it. It says, "A tale of yummy mummies with blood-drowned tummies." I don't know what to think of that, but when I read yummy, I just thought there'd be a lot of actual recipes and there'd be a lot of things about food in here. I don't know why I thought that, but I just thought that, and that is the only reason why I picked this book. Like, I don't know anything else about this book, and I don't want to know anything else about this book. So let's actually read the book and find out, okay? Well, not now, but yes, I'll tell you guys about this book. So the next book I'm going to talk about is The Garden of Lost and Found by Harriet Evans. This book is about a painting actually. So this happens in the year 1918 in England. So The Garden of Lost and Found is actually a painting, and that painting, like, there's a lot of things happening around that painting, and what all is happening is what this book is about. So that painting means something different to everyone. To Liddy, a woman, this portrait is about all that she's lost in her life, and for her great granddaughter, this is about her inheritance. And when she inherited this painting, she inherited a lot of secrets with it, and what all is happening around this painting is what this book is all about. And the painter who painted it, when he painted this this masterpiece, he brought a destruction of his family on himself. So what is happening here, like, what does a painting have to do with all this, is what this story is all about. This was actually kind of interesting, but that is not the only reason I got this book. Any idea why? I just love the cover. It's it's very dark, but still there is some cuteness in there. I don't know how to like actually describe it, but I just love this cup. That is one of the main reasons why I got this book. But the description also sounds good, so yes. And a lot of people have said amazing things about this book, so let me actually read this book and find out how it actually is. The next book I'm going to talk about is How Hard Can It Be by Alison Pearson. I don't know why, but I get the feeling this is a sequel. This is like a series. I don't know why, but I just get a feeling, and I have no idea what the series is all about. Like, I mean, I don't even know if this is actually a series, but I just get a feeling, but I don't know why. If it is a series though, I am like completely screwed because I don't have the first book. I don't know, like, I don't even know like which part is this. So I'm completely screwed, and I do that quite often. I always get a book, and only then do I realize that it's a part of series. So let's just hope it's not from a series. So this book is about Kate Reddy, who's nearing her 50, and she is terrified of it because she thinks, I mean, in her mind, 50 is when you lose everyone, is when everyone starts to, ignore you. You just become invisible, and she is terrified of it. And her hormones are doing her no good. They are just adding to it. So she is terrified of aging, and her husband is already out of the race, and she, after a break, comes to her office with a lot of questions in mind and everything. But when she comes to her office with a lot of things already in her mind, she is actually going to get worried about something else too. There is her old flame, I think his name is Jack. So her old flame Jack, he reappears in her life, and a lot of things happen from there. What is happening there and how does she handle everything is what this book is all about. This is kind of, I don't know how I feel about this book. I don't really feel anything about this book. Like, I'm not excited, I'm not I don't know. So the next book I want to talk to you guys about is The Quest by Wilbur Smith. The only reason why I got this book, well, I wouldn't say only reason, but yes, a lot of reasons. But the first reason why I got this book is because of the cover, obviously. I mean, just look at it, it's beautiful. Number two, I have not read anything by Wilbur Smith in my life, and I have actually heard a lot of amazing good things about him, and one of my friends even suggested me to start reading Wilbur Smith, and I really thought this would be a nice place. The main reason is because I just loved the word quest. It just brought me back all the memories from, what is this called, Percy Jackson series, and I loved that series. I have no idea why, but maybe the word quest, it just brought me back all the memories. And the cover itself, this tells me, I don't know, this just tells me this book has a lot to do with Egypt. Maybe Egypt is not even a thing in, like where this book is set, but I just thought it has something to do with Egypt, and I've always wanted to learn a little bit about Egypt because I don't know, I actually love history, and I have like read few things, like a thing or two about Egypt, and I really loved it. So I thought this would be like an amazing read. And number three, when I started reading the blurb of this book, I saw the word warlock, and warlock, it just reminded me of Magnus Bane from Shadowhunters, and I don't know, I just picked this book up and I did see the word Egyptian there. So I know there's Egypt in this world. So I am really excited. I have no idea what this book is all about. I mean, for all I know, this could simply be a non-fiction. I mean, I hope this is not a non-fiction. I mean, this doesn't look like a non-fiction book. So let's read and find out, shall we? I'm not going to read the blurb now because I know this will spoil my mood. So I'm not going to read the blurb. But once I read it, I'll tell you guys how it is. So the next book I want to talk to you guys about is Big Little Lies by Elaine Moriarty. First thing that popped into my mind when I saw this book is Sherlock Holmes, like Moriarty. And I was really excited. That is why I picked it up. And then I read the blurb and it was kind of intriguing. So this is not a thriller, but kind of a thriller. This is like a mystery kind of book, and there is this new Netflix series with Reese Witherspoon and Shailene Woodley and all. I don't know if it is the same series, but I think that also is called Big Little Lies. I think it's the same series. Yes, now a major I mean, how could I be so blind? It just says now a major HBO series. I mean, Oh my god, I think this is the thing, and I have heard a lot of good things about the book, that series is based on. So I think it is the same book, so I'm kind of excited. And this is about this woman named Jane. She is a single mom and she moves to town, and there she meets like two or three people, on the first day of her son's school. They just add her like to their group, and their lives are just going on. But one day, like, something happens with the children, and a lot of secrets are coming out, and there's a lot of things happening. It's a mystery, like it's a kind of like contemporary mystery. So I do love mysteries, and I'm actually just starting to read mysteries. Like, I have read like a few, so yes, this will be a good start, I guess. Well, it's not really a start, but yes, a good place to get intense. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just really excited for this book is what I'm trying to say. Next book I'm going to talk to you guys about is The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. The first reason I got this book is because Paris. I love Paris, and then there's a bookshop, and then there's Eiffel Tower on the cover. I mean, what? With all this, I think I already have a book just like this, like something with bookshop, something bookshop. I have like 2 or 3 books like that, so I just thought this would be a nice addition to the pile. So that is one of the reasons why I bought this book. So this book is about a bookshop. Obviously, there is this man named Jean Perdue. I have no idea how to pronounce French names. I don't even know how to pronounce Indian names at times. So there is this man named Jean. So he has a bookshop. He is running a bookshop, and he has like a gift. He is possessed with an amazing gift where he can feel, like when he looks at a book, he can actually feel the vibe of it. He can actually feel like, what the books would do to the reader. Like if a troubled soul walks into his bookshop, he would just, grab a book that would actually will soothe his mind, the reader's mind. So he is gifted like that, so he helps the readers like that. I mean, that is what is happening in Paris there. So in his bookshop, the only person that he finds can't help is himself. He himself is going through a lot, and he cannot find a book, or he cannot help himself. But a lot of things change when Rue moves in the neighborhood. So Rue and this guy, they just get talking, and a lot of things change from there. So what happens, what is his secret, and why does he possess this gift, and how does it really help everyone, is what this book is all about. And I'm really intrigued. I mean, this is really intriguing. I mean, just imagine if this was actually true. I mean, just imagine if someone actually possessed a gift like this. The world would be a much better place. At least that bookshop would be. So yeah, excited. The next book I want to talk about is Call Girl by Jenny Angel. When I actually picked this one up, this reminded me a lot of what is that book? 11 Minutes by Paulo Coelho, and that book is also about Maria, a call girl, and I loved that book. So I just thought it would be like that for some reason. And that book also has a red cover with a stiletto, a girl's leg. So I don't know, I just found a lot of similarities between those two. So I just thought this would be like that. So this book is actually about this woman who is a professor, I guess, in the morning, and she works as a call girl in the night. And it's about her life, like what is happening, why is she doing that, and how is it affecting her actual life. Is it affecting her actual life, and how she separates her this professor life from her call girl life is what this book is all about. And this was kind of really interesting when I read the blurb. So yes, I am really excited to read this. And this book is not even that big, it's kind of small. This is a very like pocket size novel kind of book. Well, not really pocket size, but this is not a very big book. So the last book I'm going to talk about is Practically Perfect by Katie Ford. I actually own like 2 or 3 of Katie Ford's books. It's not like I have read any. No, I haven't read any of them, but I do own like 3 or 4 of Katie Ford's books. And this is another like rom-com. I mean, just by the looks of the cover we can tell that it's a rom-com. So this book is about Anna, who is a newly qualified interior designer. So she decides to get this new house and to totally renovate it and sell it again for a good price. So she just wants to do this to let her family know that she can stand on her own. She doesn't need anyone's help. She can just provide for herself. But not everything is what actually it looks like, because the cottage house that she bought, it looks amazing from the outside, but once you step inside the house, it's just a total chaos. Nothing works in there, and they just have a ladder for a staircase and the walls are peeling off, and it's just chaos. So how is she gonna do that? Like, maybe she is bitten a lot more than she could actually chew, but she gets help from a neighbor and they become friends. Her name is Chloe. So they become friends and she is helping her, and they just think they can figure things together out. This is a normal chick-lit rom-com kind of book, and this book is going to be about friendship, herself, and how she finds herself. And I think this book is going to be a little bit funny, I guess. I don't know. So this is a normal everyday, like this fluffy romance kind of a book from the looks of it. And I know this book is big. I mean, this book is this big and it is thick. So yeah, excited. So that's it for this video, guys. Please don't forget to smash that like button. For more such contents, I really would recommend you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. I mean, you'd be the first to be notified, so why wait? I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, please take care, stay safe, keep spreading love, and please don't forget to love yourself. And keep reading. Bye.